firefighter, police officer, paramedic, or telecommunicator going the extra mile, let WGNS know, and we at Demas's Restaurant will salute them as the emergency responder of the week.
WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. When severe weather strikes, we break in.
A tornado watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
The most up-to-date weather information.
We'll be here with you on radio and with Rutherford Weather Video Channel.
Rutherford Weather updates on WGNS and watch on YouTube and Facebook with Rutherford Weather. We're the Good Neighbor Network. FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro. FM 100.5 Smyrna. Audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it in the next hour here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues here from News Radio WGNS. We are happy that you are alongside this morning here on Rutherford Issues. We're going to bring in our friends over on Big G TV here this morning and welcome everybody into our coverage here from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. Sharing change from MTE, well, they've donated over $12 million to local nonprofits. Find out how your spare change can make a big impact at sharingchange.org. That's sharingchange.org. A lot going on this morning. Pardon me, we have the imminent landfall of Hurricane Melissa down in Jamaica. Just a very scary situation down there, honestly. And our forecast has some rain in that, and we're trying to get this rain out of here overnight, tonight, and tomorrow. Very rainy, in time for the Middle Tennessee football game with Jack State tomorrow night at 6:30. So we're going to kind of break that down for you here as well in just a couple of moments. And we've got high school football both Thursday and Friday. So we're going to check the weather focus for you here in a second. But today we highlight April Mongold as the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day. The Good Neighbor of the Day salute has been going on, I think, since the Good Neighbor station went on the air, highlighting folks here in our community who make a difference. And today it's April Mongold for the caring way she looks after the kids over at Siegel Middle. So April Mongold today, the recipient of flowers from Jenny Harrison and our friends at Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts. They're out on South Academy Street. And, of course, your Good Neighbor friends here at WGNS. So congratulations to April. Hope you enjoy the beautiful bouquet of flowers that are headed your way from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts. April Mongold, our winner today. Today's Good Neighbor Moment brought to you by SRM Concrete, locally grown, nationally known, and committed to the people who make Rutherford County a better place to live. Several ways you can get a good neighbor to us, but the easiest, text neighbor to 615-893-1450 to nominate a good neighbor of the day, or wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor gets it here to us as well. So a couple of very easy ways to take care of that. Birthday Club, that's something we do each and every weekday morning. And today on the Birthday Club, the winner was Effie Carroll. Effie Carroll today is celebrating a birthday. So if you see Effie out there, wish her a happy, happy birthday. And she gets the banana pudding from Slick Pig out of all of the names that we announced earlier this morning. Kind of a who's who with Jacqueline King over at Webb Aesthetic Plastic Surgery. She married into the Kings, Jacqueline Webb King. Miss Veronica Buchanan, former county commissioner, Jim Calder. So Effie Carroll comes out the winner today of the Slick Pig Banana Pudding. Slick Pig, 1920 East Main, right here in Rutherford County.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, first of all, let's send you outside for a look at what's going on Big G TV. Cloudy skies, very cloudy out there, as a matter of fact. Says 56 here, 55 at the Murfreesboro Airport, 57 at the Smyrna Airport. Those are the conditions that are coming in currently. And Wednesday has a very, very good chance of rain. And in fact, we've got rain through Wednesday night too. Unfortunately, it looks like a very windy and wet Blue Raider football game night.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see mostly cloudy skies here for this afternoon with a high into the mid-60s. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, a chance for rain showers here late. Cloudy skies, a low near 49. Wednesday, a good chance for rain, cloudy, high 57 degrees. Then by Thursday, a slight chance for rain showers, mostly cloudy, and a high around 57. Friday, sunshine, high of 62 degrees. And Saturday, slight chance for rain, a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. And it does look like we may have a touch of frost, but it looks like our temperatures are going to be in the upper 30s right now for the weekend, and a few little light rain chances. Does look like a soggy Blue Raider football game night on Wednesday. Conditions clearing out for the Battle of the Borough on Thursday, but very windy, and only 56 for a high, 38 for a low. So it's going to be a chilly football broadcast, and then Friday looking better, even better with sunny skies. But that's a look at our local forecast. I did want to take us out to the hurricane that is making landfall as we speak. It actually probably has just made landfall in Jamaica, just south of Petersfield and Mendeville, Alligator Pond, in that general area. It's going to be Montego Bay on the backside of that in part of the cone, but we have started to lose some of our cameras on the coast as well. There, we can get a backside look at that from a few of the Jamaica live cameras. And what you're seeing here used to be a bridge. There's so much rain that has fallen from this storm. Expecting anywhere from 30 to 60 plus inches of rainfall. And this is the flat bridge in St. Catherine, and it is completely underwater. And we can get a shot too of Kingston Harbor, which is on the other end of the island. And this is kind of looking back toward Kingston, and you can see the bay there is very choppy, very windy, lots of rain there. So prayers going out to Jamaica with what's going on now, the landfalling hurricane, one of the strongest hurricanes in Atlantic Basin history. You know what the hurricane symbol looks like, right? Well, from the hurricane and then all of the convection that's coming off of it to the south, you've got that definite hurricane classic look to it here. We don't see that very often either. So prayers going out to everyone there in Jamaica. That is just devastating. But around here, weather looking pretty good. Mid-50s all over the area, and there's really not any rain. Some light rain or drizzle you might encounter, but that's about it. Don't forget to check us out on the Rutherford Weather Channel at Ruco Weather. On social platforms like YouTube and Facebook. You can like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and then you'll be able to see the radar, get storm coverage, live cameras as we track severe and impactful weather in Rutherford County. We do that whenever it's warranted on the Rutherford Weather Channel. So be sure to head on over there, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and of course, we're on the Good Neighbor Network on 1019, 100.5, wgnsradio.com during warnings and things of that nature as well to give you your radio coverage of storms. That's it for our forecast here. 20 minutes after 10, 55 degrees in the borough, 57 in Smyrna.
WGNS is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. As a member of MTE, you have access to educational resources to help you tailor energy use to your lifestyle. Interested in electric vehicles? MTE offers incentives to learn about EVs and connect with others who share your interest.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
Equity markets starting the day on the front foot, helped by more positive signals from corporate earnings reports. This pushed by major large-cap U.S. equity indexes to new record highs as well, although the small-cap Russell 2000 index is shaded a bit softer this morning. The Dow up 253 points as stocks touch record highs after a round of strong earnings. The Dow up at 47,797 right now. S&P up 468.79. NASDAQ ahead 69.23, 706.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Our Big GTV coverage is brought to you by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, trusted since 1949 to care for thousands of families in Rutherford County, with more than 20 specialties across several areas. You know, here in Rutherford County, MMC is delivering quality health care that fits your lifestyle. Here's your world news check on WGNS from CBS. Of course, the major headline, the hurricane hitting Jamaica at this moment. This update brought to you by the law offices of John Day.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Hurricane Melissa is lashing Jamaica. It's a deadly Category 5 powerhouse with top sustained winds of 185 miles an hour. CBS's Jason Allen is in the capital, Kingston.
In a lot of places here, I mean, you could see in the homes that are on the hillside, right? A lot of those are very strong, sturdy buildings. And still, we saw people who are coming down into the city to stay in hotels here. And then in the areas around the city, a lot of these neighborhoods, some of these are just board homes. But people felt like they wanted to stay there because they wanted to protect their belongings.
CBS News Philadelphia meteorologist Andrew Kozak.
This is going to continue to linger. I mean, this is a storm that you could walk quicker than it was actually moving, and that was the rule for the last couple of days. And now this thing continues to increase right as it's ready to make landfall.
Defense Secretary Hegseth says this morning the U.S. carried out 3 strikes on 4 alleged drug-running boats in the eastern Pacific Ocean, killing 14 with 1 survivor. In Tokyo, President Trump signed a new U.S. trade deal with Japan.
Born out of the ashes of a terrible war, our bond has grown over 8 decades into the beautiful friendship that we have. It's a foundation of peace and security in the Pacific.
Well, here at home, Trump attorneys have formally appealed his hush money conviction. House Republicans releasing a report today on former President Biden's use of the auto pen and alleged cover-up of his mental state while in office. The report cites no specific illegal activity. Correspondent Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill. It's day 28 of the government shutdown.
People are hurting, people are feeling the pain, and people are going without. And certainly many members of Congress are aware of that. But in the case of Democrats, they feel like they are fighting for just that, greater affordability for Americans, particularly around the health care issue. That's why they have made this fight about health care.
Texas is suing the makers of Tylenol, claiming autism risks were hidden. President Trump claimed the use of acetaminophen by pregnant women is linked to autism without offering proof. A man fell from the upper deck during last night's National Hockey League game in Pittsburgh, as we hear from CBS's Michael Wallace.
The Penguins had just scored their second goal against St. Louis 55 seconds into the game when a man fell from the 200 level at PPG Paints Arena and landed about 25 rows behind the Penguins bench.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying.
Rebecca Schroeder says the game went on.
It became more somber once people knew what was going on.
The man is hospitalized with life-threatening injuries.
The Dodgers have a 2-1 lead in the World Series after a walk-off win last night in Game 3. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials. There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is a paid legal ad.
At the law offices of John Day, we take only real cases that make a real difference.
The law offices of John Day took the burden really off of my shoulders.
So if you think you're going to get rich quick with a frivolous case, I'm not the lawyer for you.
I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done so much. I know you went over and beyond.
If we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day for a free consultation.
In retirement, it's all about income. Your money, making money, and you're not spending down your principal. That's the way we do it at Retirement Income Solutions. So if you're spending down your principal or your money's not making money, keeping you ahead of inflation, check us out today at risolutions.net. risolutions.net. And make sure to join us Saturdays at noon and Sunday afternoons at 1 for Retirement Income Solutions Radio with Nathan Cox and Lindsay Cotter.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel.
Here are sermons on WGNS Sunday night at 7:30.
Our sermons are loaded with the keys of the kingdom. If you don't have the keys, you'll be stranded.
Visit Holy Hill Chapel, tn.org to hear our podcast.
I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Tuesday, October the 28th, 2025. Murfreesboro officials have issued another wave of formal complaints against the Middle Point landfill, citing its 7th environmental violation in the past year. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation identified the latest infraction involving leachate runoff entering dry ditches on both the east and west sides of the property. This runoff contains PFAS chemicals, known as forever chemicals, linked to cancer and reproductive health issues. The city alleges that these contaminants are impacting the East Fork Stones River, a critical water source for Rutherford County, with testing near the Walter Hill Recreational Area and Stones River Water Treatment Plant revealing elevated levels of aluminum, ammonia, and PFAS. Residents of Murfreesboro have submitted over 4,000 odor-related complaints in just 4 years, with a notable surge over the past year. Additional violations under the Clean Air Act include faulty gas collection systems and excessive emissions. City officials are preparing to integrate these latest notices into their existing lawsuit against Republic Services and BFI Waste Systems of Tennessee. However, landfill operators argue that violations were minor and swiftly resolved, while also accusing Murfreesboro for contributing to PFAS contamination through its wastewater sludge. Meanwhile, Rutherford County drivers are seeing relief at the pump, with local gas prices averaging $2.53 per gallon, notably lower than Tennessee's statewide average of $2.61 per gallon. Bedford County edges out with an even cheaper $2.43 per gallon, while Wilson and Cannon counties show slight increases. Tennessee families depending on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, are bracing for a disruption in benefits starting on November the 1st, following a delay in reopening the federal government. Governor Bill Lee warned that the state has no authority to load or distribute SNAP funds while federal agencies remain inactive. Over 690,000 Tennesseans rely on the program monthly, with approximately $146 million in funding typically flowing from Washington. Governor Lee criticized Democratic lawmakers for the impasse, stating Congress has a responsibility to fund the federal government, and pledged to work with nonprofit and faith-based groups to support families during the interruption. The Tennessee Department of Human Services emphasized that while remaining October benefits will still be available, no new distributions can occur unless the shutdown ends. As financial uncertainty looms for many in Rutherford County and across the state, relief is on the horizon for others. The Social Security Administration announced that a 2.8% increase in benefits will begin in January of 2026, aimed at offsetting the rising cost of living. Roughly 75 million Americans, including recipients of Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, will see increases averaging $56 per month. Beneficiaries can view their updated payment details online in December or opt in for mailed notices. The maximum taxable earnings cap will also rise from $176,100 to $184,500 next year, reflecting nationwide wage growth. Murfreesboro continues to invest in the well-being of its residents as the city's Community Development Department announced the full achievement of goals set in the 2024-2025 Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, or CAPER, covering the period from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. The report details the use of federal funding through the Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnership programs to support housing, education, job training, and social services for low and moderate income residents. Community Development Director Robert Holtz credited local nonprofit and government agency partnerships for the success, while Assistant Director Jessica Klein noted that 658 individuals benefited from the city's efforts during the fiscal year 2025. Accomplishments include 20 home rehabilitations, homeownership support for 9 families, service grants reaching over 600 residents, and fair housing education for 21 individuals. In total, Murfreesboro received more than $1.39 million in combined CDBG and home funds for the program year, reinforcing its commitment to underserved populations across Rutherford County. Further advancing its community safety efforts, the Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department has launched Community Connect, a secure, voluntary program allowing residents and businesses to share critical life safety details with emergency responders. Through the system, users can provide information about household members, pets, and property features to improve emergency response time and effectiveness. That's all for now. For updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook, as well as X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, a comment on YouTube, or share it with a friend. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network, and I'll talk to you later.
Donating is easy at America's Thrift Stores. They're proud to partner with Make-A-Wish Middle Tennessee to help grant life-changing wishes for local children battling critical illnesses. When you donate gently used clothing and household items, you're giving more than stuff. You're giving hope. Every donation helps Make-A-Wish bring joy to a child right here in Middle Tennessee. Drop off donations today at the new location in Murfreesboro at the corner of Middle Tennessee and MLK Jr. Boulevard. Learn more at americasthrift.com/Murfreesboro.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit recyclerightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to recyclerightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
Don't miss the Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 here on News Radio WGNS.
The Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 on News Radio WGNS.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, well, I told you when we were checking on sports here weather a few minutes ago that sports and weather they're going to have to get along. And looks like tomorrow night could be a rainy night for Middle Tennessee football as they host Jacksonville State. But they'll play the game anyway as long as there's no lightning, and doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. But Middle and Jacksonville State, 5 o'clock airtime, 6:30 for the kickoff. You'll hear it right here on WGNS. Double-decker here this week for high school football Friday night. We're at MTCS as they battle Providence Christian Academy in the Battle of the Airstrip. That's right, MTCS PCA, and the winner will be region champion, by the way. And tomorrow night, or no, not tomorrow, Thursday night, it's the big Battle of the Borough, Oakland-Riverdale. So we've got both of those games for you. Saturday morning coaches show will be on as well, so hope you'll join us for that. So we've got a busy week of high school sports and Middle Tennessee sports on WGNS. Let's check your statewide news with Access Tennessee. Will Nunley.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Nunley. We begin with the latest on a double homicide at a Chattanooga area workplace. The shooting happened yesterday at Barku Plastics in Bradley County, according to the Cleveland Police Department. Around 10:21, officers responded to Corporate Drive on reports of gunfire. WTVC says the victims were the company's vice president and another employee. Investigators identified the suspect, who'd reportedly fled the area in a vehicle later found outside of a home. Following a standoff, a police robot entered that suspect's home. Police say the man died of a self-inflicted wound. The motivation for the shooting is unclear. A Crockett County deputy is being honored for saving a life in the community. Officials say Deputy Yarber responded to a 911 call involving a citizen who had suffered a traumatic injury. After arriving before EMS, Deputy Yarber was able to render aid to the citizen, ultimately saving his life. Yarber was presented with an award from the sheriff late Monday. More news in 30 seconds.
I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Are you looking for the perfect blend of city conveniences and country charm? The Maples has it all and features homes from 5 quality local builders and has amenities including a pool, tennis and pickleball courts, basketball, and soccer areas. Schedule a tour with Maples Realty and Auction today. Call us at 615-896-4740 or visit the Maples of Murfreesboro.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Some Tennesseans with student loans could soon see their debt forgiven. A new agreement between the Trump administration and the American Federation of Teachers opens loan forgiveness for borrowers in the pay-as-you-earn and income contingent repayment plans. Around 2.5 million people nationwide are in those programs. The Education Department says eligible borrowers can have their loans discharged without switching plans. Advocates call the deal a major win for public service workers nationwide. Will Nunley, Access Tennessee News.
America's Thrift Stores is now open at the corner of Middle Tennessee and MLK Jr. Boulevard. Whether you're thrifting for a one-of-a-kind statement piece, name brand jeans, or just browsing for the thrill of the find, America's Thrift offers unbeatable value with prices up to 70% off retail. Don't miss the deals. Don't miss the fun. Come celebrate the grand opening of America's Thrift Stores in Murfreesboro. Visit americasthrift.com/Murfreesboro for all the details.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
This segment is sponsored by the local Edward Jones office of Lee Colvin. The host of the show and Edward Jones have an existing business relationship. This event is not a testimonial of services provided by Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Back on Rutherford Issues from WGNS, and this segment Brought to you by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric as well. MTE has delivered reliable service and peace of mind for nearly 90 years. It's 90 years next year, as a matter of fact. Managing your account, improve your energy habits, MTE.com or the My MTE app. Well, as the disclaimer mentioned, Lee Colvin is here. He is an Edward Jones financial advisor, and he is joining us this morning in studio. Good morning, Mr. Colvin.
Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. It is a busy time and a busy week during that busy time. Did you know that college basketball starts next week? Oh, you're a Kentucky fan.
Buddy.
Yeah, I bet you do know.
Talk about it, yeah.
As soon as I said that, I realized what I walked into. Kentucky fans have been looking forward to that since August.
Absolutely.
The way this football season has gone. But anyway, so
yeah, it's been rough.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see Saturday come. I'm glad it's gone.
Are you hearing Rocky Top ringing through your ears?
Oof. Well, you know, a friend of mine did bring up the other day that, you know, it is amazing, and I am proud that every Tennessee fan technically is a Kentucky fan, whether they want to recognize it or not.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Why is that?
Because according to the lyrics, every Tennessee woman's half cat.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That's worse than an actual cat.
I'm like, how have we missed this all these years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you hang your hat on that. That's why the football season has been what it's been.
Well, you know, we got to take what we can get.
I guess so. Well, on a little more serious note this morning.
I hate to admit, I have to give you guys accolades for these last few years.
Well, you are drinking a drink that's orange this morning.
You're killing me now. You're killing me.
I hope it tastes citrusy. But, yeah, you put it down really quick, too. Oh, that's fun. You're going to go try to find a blueberry one of those.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, well, this morning we are going to step into something that affects a lot of people. Millions of people, as a matter of fact. And we're going to talk with Lee today about some financial steps to help prepare for Alzheimer's and dementia. And, of course, this is kind of a time of the year that we think about that. So, Lee, I know this is something that you probably deal with probably on a weekly basis, at least in your line of work.
You know, it is so very difficult, Brian. I mean, just Alzheimer's in itself. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick second just to mention that, because I am proud of Edward Jones. For the last 9 years, we have been the primary corporate sponsor nationally for Alzheimer's awareness, trying to end Alzheimer's, because we recognized back when we took that role that this truly affects everybody.
Sure.
You know, it's not like other things. You know, it's not like me with diabetes or other folks with cancer where some people get it, some people don't. Literally, we all know somebody who is being affected by this, typically even within our own families, and it's just debilitating. So we're so very honored to be that corporate sponsor, and you know, anybody who has questions about it or has questions about, you know, the Alzheimer's walks or raising money, anything like that, please ask any of us as Edward Jones employees. We'd be more than happy to tell you what we know or get you with the right local contacts to help with awareness around that. But talking about today's discussion, the fact is there are more than 7 million Americans, Brian, who have Alzheimer's disease, according to a 2025 report from the Alzheimer's Association. And the emotional toll of watching a loved one struggle with the memory loss, the depression, anxiety, cognitive decline it's so overwhelming. But part of the reason why we even stepped in is because it's not just physical. It's not just a health concern. It is a financial concern as well, and it's a financial burden that can be so significant. Hopefully this disease will never touch your family. We definitely hope that for anybody and everybody. But it is important to be financially prepared just in case, whether it be Alzheimer's, dementia, anything in that realm. By planning to cover long-term care costs, Brian, and creating a financial strategy for caregivers, you can help protect your family's financial well-being.
I hear from so many about the emotional roller coaster that it is, and the burden that it can be just to care for someone, and burden is a word that I don't use to the way it sounds. It's just so difficult. And on top of that, expenses related to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, how extensive that can be.
Oh, certainly. And families often face ongoing medical treatment costs, medical equipment purchases, home safety modifications. There's prescription drugs, there's personal care supplies. Long-term care represents one of the largest healthcare costs not covered. Let me repeat that. Not covered entirely by traditional Medicare, making advanced planning so crucial. And so again, I want to say that because so many people think, oh, well, long-term care, Medicare covers. No, it does not. So be aware, folks, if you're listening to this, long-term care expenses, many of those are not covered by Medicare.
Lee Colvin is with us today as we look at some financial steps in preparing for Alzheimer's and dementia. Let's take a look at a few things. And so you'll want to listen and stay tuned. Lee's going to talk about these over the next few minutes. Planning for care cost and identifying insurance coverage. Identify assets and debts. Ensure legal documents are in place. Consider a living trust. Look for tax benefits. And then considering protective measures for early stages. So let's take these one at a time and kick us off here, Lee, if you don't mind, about talking about planning for care cost and identifying your insurance coverage.
So, Brian, try to start understanding your family's health insurance options, including Medicare, supplemental policies, and veterans benefits, if applicable. And veterans benefits I have found to be huge in this. Determine coverage for adult daycare services, in-home care services, full-time residential care, and other long-term care options. Even confirm whether you or your loved ones have long-term care policies or other insurance with long-term care riders.
Okay.
I will state that in some states, Medicare offers special needs plans. Again, that's SNP or special needs plans for people living with dementia, including Alzheimer's specifically, These plans specialize in care and coverage for beneficiaries with dementia, and only those diagnosed can enroll.
So the second thing, identifying assets and debts. This is an important part of the process.
Please work to create a comprehensive picture of your family's financial position, including bank accounts, investments, property, debts such as credit cards, mortgages, lines of credit. You'll need this if you take over financial management for a loved one.
Okay.
You've got to know where all of their picture is.
Legal documents are part of this, making sure they're all in good order too.
Certainly. And you and I are talking about this all the time. I love you and I being on here, but there are some folks who are not on here that everybody needs as part of their team, right? Mm-hmm. We have to be able to work with an attorney to establish crucial legal documents like a durable power of attorney for finances and healthcare decisions. These documents should be created before someone is diagnosed or when they're just starting to show early signs of Alzheimer's, so that they can understand what they're signing. Also, waiting until cognitive ability declines makes the process more challenging and may require court procedures for conservatorship.
So we've talked about planning for care cost, identifying insurance coverage, identifying assets and debts, making sure legal documents are in place. Let's talk about a living trust and considering a living trust.
So when looking at this, within a legal trust, it can hold financial assets and property, while a successor trustee, like trusted family members, manages money and makes investment decisions. While complex, these trusts can provide valuable protection for families dealing with a parent or older relative experiencing dementia.
So, living trust, what about looking for tax benefits?
Great question, Brian. Caregivers who pay care costs out of pocket may qualify for tax credits and deductions. So while you may have your financial advisor, you may have your attorney, now we're getting into another part of that team, being your CPA or bookkeeper, talking about accounting issues, making sure that you're getting your tax credits and deductions that are allowable. These benefits vary by state, so consult with this tax advisor about your eligibility to these benefits.
And one more to look at here as we wrap up, Lee, considering protective measures in the early stages of Alzheimer's and dementia and the like.
Definitely. So if a loved one is showing signs of Alzheimer's or other dementia, you may want to set up auto pay for bills, making sure that they're not late on payments. Open joint checking accounts. Freeze credit reports at major credit bureaus. Consolidate or cancel credit cards. Monitor financial activities closely for these individuals. This can help keep financial responsibilities flowing smoothly and prevent exploitation by scam artists who unfortunately your family member could be affected by. A qualified financial advisor, Brian, can truly help evaluate your family's overall situation and recommend appropriate strategies to prepare for potential dementia-related costs. They can also work with your legal and tax professionals to help you put comprehensive protection in place. While an Alzheimer's or dementia diagnosis will change everyone's life in your family, taking proactive financial steps today can truly ease the burden and provide greater confidence for the journey ahead. And again, I just want to stress for anybody that might be listening, that anybody that might need it, for more information just around Alzheimer's dementia, you can also go and visit www.alz.org, who also has many good resources on their website.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion and care since 1880. As a family-owned funeral home, we're committed.
Subscribe to Big G TV. Local content that matters to Rutherford.